Welcome back to Spudrun Golf. I'm Jeremy here in Southern Ohio. I've held off long enough. I think it's time to mow. Let's take a peek at the green. It's just dirty, it's getting bumpy. We've had a little bit of play, but I think I want to mow. And the reason I'm hesitant about mowing off the snow mold, but I think we're past that point. Those little sticks will cause some havoc on the reel mower. And the reel mower is fresh as, but I think what I want to do first is I want to blow it off, get all this debris off as best I can. Now there is something else here that I do notice now. This new green, we've got some lighter collared spots that I didn't notice a couple days ago. This has not had snow sitting on it, so I'm not sure what that is. But obviously we've got to get this thing going so we can top dress, get this seed coming back in, so that here, when this condition really thrives, this thing is going to be pimped out. Feels so wonderful. That feels so good. I've been wanting to do that all winter long. Is it too early? It's probably a little bit too early. But you know, there is such a thing as once you start mowing the grass, it'll react and start growing. So especially for this green, the problems that we're coming out of, I think it's good that we went ahead and mowed. The fairway, something I definitely need to do, and you guys might be able to help me out on this. It's really bumpy. You know, when I built that thing, I disced it up and I drug it. We used the Harley rake on it for the skid loader. Made that thing, it was so fluffy and it was smooth, but it settled just unevenly. What's your thoughts on me running like an asphalt roller? Nothing huge, something like 4 foot wide. It'd take forever, but to actually go back and forth on that when it's not too wet, but it's not too dry, to where that roller would actually go through and hopefully level out some of those areas. Because ultimately, with what we're doing, our long-term goals, we'd like to have that thing really smooth. And as that grass continues to grow and thicken up, it's really important for me, I think, to have it smooth. And that was my first thought. My other thought was taking my concrete and mechanical skills and maybe building something I can tow behind my little Kubota RTV, you know, building something out of concrete or a barrel or a piece of pipe filled with concrete, and then something I could pull, because I do think it would be handy to do that a couple times a year. I worry about compaction, but at the same time, that soil is pretty resilient. With the least amount of compaction we get on this fairway with traffic, I don't have no problem with, I think that with moisture, it'll bounce right back. But man, it looks so good. I mean, the fairway from here looks good. You know, up close, it's still a little brown and thin, but from here, man, it looks sharp. Before you tune out and leave me here, let's go up and take a peek at the Hack Shack. It's been a very splendid project so far. The first thing I want to show you is this Wood-Mizer LT35. It's been the MVP of this project. It's cut every single board on this little shack. Every single board. Our budget so far is like $720. And all that was the metal for the roof. The rest of it is stuff, is trees that we pretty much took out. Those trees, when we took out for that new par 3 way up there, they came to the LT35. I cut them, made all this stuff right here. All right, so you can see, here's the fairway leading up. Right here, we're gonna have a little fire pit, some stone, some gravel. We'll have some steps coming up to the deck. But basically from the green side looking up, it'll look like a little fake cabin. So on the back side, it's gonna be basically storage for just stuff we have that needs to stay dry. That's been part of the goal. I've always said I wanted to build this up here. Our big 10 by 20 deck, we got some more of that synthetic turf. It's going to stretch out here in this center. I spaced these 2 posts out purposely at 12 feet apart. I gave us a 9-foot tall header, so you've got this big gap. And this will be the new number 6 tee box. You know, before we had this platform, you saw us set up that platform. This has always been the goal. And the bonus is going to be some nice LED lights on each corner. And I'll run it with that little Honda. We'll put that Honda up in the woods somewhere to run power, so at night, we'll have 2 nice lights just booming out over the screen that we can really have some fun. So I purposely made a wider seal, so once this all gets done, in theory, you'll sit in here with some bar stools. You have both windows to sit off of and heckle as we sit up here and make bets, tell stories by the campfire. I predict 4 hole-in-ones on this hole this year. Now this hole, what is it? It's 50 yards maybe. I guess that depends on where the pin's at, but probably 50 to 55 yards from this deck to the hole. So obviously it's a Mickey Mouse hole, but it's perfect for a backyard golf hole. That's where it'd be handy to get your feedback. I'd really like to give this an authentic old type feel, like an old golf shack of some sort. So we'll get some nice antique type decorations, old golf clubs or something. But if you got ideas for what we could put up here to really give it that cool feel, please share them in the comment section. Last important thing you've got to listen to. Coming up in the next episode, I'm going to have the dates spread out for the summer. So we're going to have a subscribers tournament. Have the info on all our tournaments. I'm going to have some info on the Airbnb. We've already had some people book the Airbnb for the summer. That's a great opportunity if you want to come and have spudrun golf ball yourself. All those details will be on the next episode. And I'm going to talk about our seeding projects, fertilizer plans. That'll all kind of be coming up in the next episode. We've got a lot of new subscribers. I appreciate you all. I think, spudrun's starting to take off. It's starting to pick up the pace. And that's what we wanted. So from my beautiful backyard golf hole here in Southern Ohio, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for playing with us. Spudrun Golf. Over and out.